Hi, welcome. Thank you for being here and thank you for joining me. Today I'll be doing a reading to kind of tap into current energy and self-care that might be needed to address whatever current energy is surrounding you. Um, I'm going to rant a little bit about this. So if you're ready for the reading, you can go ahead and check out the timestamps below. But I do want to talk a little bit about what I'm doing. So I will be using the Tarot of the Divine to delve a little bit more into recent past, present, and like recent future energy. So I'm not looking, too much into the future, too much into the past. It's just really like, hey, what's the energy that's surrounding you right now? And then I'll be using the Wild Unknown Tarot to delve into just kind of like supporting energy or like additional information, just kind of almost like clarifying kind of cards, just kind of whatever wants to come through. And then after reading the energy, I will be using this little flashcard slash deck that I created for myself. That I will be using for the readings as well, right? So what I have here are essentially like little flash cards that give me little suggestions for self-care that might be needed. And if that sounds like something that you don't need, please feel free to ignore that part of the reading. Or if you know exactly how to take care of yourself and your needs, that's great. That's wonderful. I love that, right? But okay, so as someone who struggles with self-care, this was something that like I needed, right? So I'm just kind of looking to share that in case it's helpful for anyone. Let me know what you think. I know that there are a lot of wonderful self-care decks out there, but this is just kind of something that's worked for me. So I just kind of wanted to share that and use it in the reading and see kind of how it went. I did do like another reading that was more focused on love stuff, and use this, and then I'm using it for this reading. So we'll kind of see. Like, I appreciate any feedback. Let me know what you think. If it's something that seems unnecessary, or if it was helpful in any way. Like I said, like I myself kind of struggle with the concept. So I think having like more like steps broken down and just kind of more like doable suggestions and things like that has been easier for me to access the concept of self-care, right? Because unfortunately I'm just kind of I don't know, my brain is just kind of reluctant, and sometimes I forget, and sometimes I just get distracted and things like that. So anyway, that being said, yeah, so I'll be using this, and that's kind of what the reading is going to look like, all right? And so if you have any questions about it, definitely let me know. As always, yes, like I do have like the set spread, but I will be looking at holistic energy also as well, and how things kind of mesh together. So I do have 4 piles to choose from today. And as you get ready to choose your pile, I definitely want to ask you to make sure that you're grounded, that you're centering yourself, that you're tapping into your intuition so that you know if a message is meant for you, and so that you know how things might support you in your journey, right? I'm also going to say that if you are attracted to a stone in particular, you should check it out, because there might be additional messages in there for you. Like, there might be messages in the numbers, there might be messages in the stones. So, just a suggestion. Yeah. So, all right, we can do it together. We'll go ahead. Make sure you plant your feet on the floor. Take a deep breath. And let me me introduce the piles. So for pile number 1, we have Aventurine. For pile number 2, we have Indigo Gabbro, also known as Mystic Merlinite. For pile number 3, we have Serpentine. And for pile number 4, we have Petrified Wood. All right, go ahead and choose your pile. Thank you. And then I will see you at your reading. Hi, pile number 1, or Aventurine pile. Welcome to your reading. So I'm going to do one last quick shuffle, and then I'm going to go ahead and start your reading with recent past. Sorry, that was kind of loud. Recent past, present, and like recent future, just to kind of get a little bit about the energy that's currently surrounding you. So you do have the Magician in your recent past, you have the Knight of Swords in your present, and you do have the Five of Cups reversed in your like upcoming future. And the overall energy is the Two of Cups. Okay, so you know, with the Two of Cups, sorry, yeah, with the Two of Cups and the Five of Cups reversed, there's definitely some sense of heartbreak, right? Despair. You know, the Two of Cups indicates like potential breakup. I mean, because it's reversed, potential breakup. But I'm also getting more like lack of unity or lack of unionness on your mind, like lack of having a relationship might be on your mind. But although this could indicate like a past breakup, okay? Now, the Five of Cups in your future, I actually love it, right? Because even though, and maybe, no, yeah, I'm going to say because, you know, there's no growth without discomfort. Sorry, I know, it's so cheesy. But yeah, you know, if it was a bride, I'd definitely say, oh, okay, you're going to still be going through some hard times and things like that. But what I'm actually getting is that you're undergoing a sort of transformation that's really going to charge you forward into this like rapid healing. And I'm not saying that the process through which you healed was rapid or speedy or fast, but that you is like maybe you've been in this energy of transformation or of pain for a really long time, and then it's like all of a sudden you're like, hey, I was able to let go of that, or hey, I'm kind of like feeling better, or whatever it is, right? Okay, so we do have 9 of Swords. Yep, okay. 9 of Swords in the past. Recent past, which makes sense, right? Like if you've been a 9 of Swords energy, you've definitely been, you know, it's like those late nights, the anxiety, the sadness, the keeping ourselves up with stress and worry, and you know, like this earthworm is all tangled up, and it's like just kind of having difficulties, you know, detaching yourself from like this energy of heartbreak and things like that, right? But that's your recent past, right? And you're okay, cool. I actually like this. Okay, sorry. So yeah, and I love it. Sorry, I like it because it's the same like both ways too. But so this is the 7 of Pentacles in your present energy. which is also, sorry, I'm going to finish this. Oh, yay. Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. And I'm just gonna take the overall energy, which is 10 of Wands, which I know it looks scary, but I promise you that it's not. Okay. So, okay. I think I've been a little bit scattered. So let me just kind of get a little bit more focused. Okay. So, yes. Okay. In the recent past, you're definitely transforming. Like, I think all those sleepless nights and all that time that you spent inside your head, all like with your thoughts tangled up and kind of maybe feeling unable to move forward or whatever it was, like it ultimately did cause a transformation in you. It is causing you to change, and I'm not getting a bad transformation. I'm getting like a good transformation. Like you're able to be, you know, like you're better aware of your resources. You're better aware of the things that you need to do to create your life the way that you want to, right? Like now that doesn't mean that it's just gonna happen, but it's like you've been thinking about it, right? You've been in that energy, and you know, sometimes you need to delve into the pits of despair in order to kind of like really come up, and that's what I'm getting that happened here, right? Like you're in that Nine of Swords energy, and now you're rising up in this Magician energy. And so currently, in your present, you do have the Knight of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. And the Knight of Swords is the fastest knight, right? It's just like charging forward. Look at that. Like just like catching air, catching wind, picking up. I don't know. What's the, isn't there like, okay, whatever. I don't know why my brain wants to use idiomatic expressions, but then it just like never follows through. So, yeah, it's like, you know, little horse is just like, woo. And, you know, sorry, I think it's like the little feet of the horse that really caught my eye. So it's kind of like, I don't know why I almost got this as just like, you're like lifting up your feet and going. Like that was the part that I noticed. So like not the knight, like not just like the knight, but like with the horse. Because, you know, without the horse, there is not an, okay, never mind. The point is that, yeah, I think you're charging forward. You're lifting up your feet. You're moving along. You're working hard. And the Seven of Pentacles here really says that, right? Now, I actually like that it's reversed here because I'm getting it as this ascend that you're starting to understand it's what needed to happen, okay? So usually the Seven of Pentacles upright, I also, you know, there's also like accompanying feelings of like wanting things to go fast, right? Like you want to climb the stairs fast. You want to climb the ladder to success fast. But with it being reversed, I'm getting that like you maybe were in that energy, particularly in your recent past, right? Maybe when you were stuck in all like these feelings over here. But now you're kind of understanding, okay, like I need to slow down. Things take time to progress, and that's okay, right? Like I'm okay, like ultimately. And you're charging forward. You're moving on. You're going fast. Like you're moving toward, I'm going to say bigger, better things, right? Does that mean that everything is wonderful, happily ever after? I mean, not yet. But I am going to say, okay, sorry, I love this column right here. And I don't know if you already saw it, but it is the Five of Cups, which, as I said earlier, especially with it being reversed, I'm just really getting that sense of healing. Is it like, I mean, nobody's ever fully healed, right? Like, that's not a thing, right? But, like, I'm also getting, like, there's still work to do, but you're definitely working on your healing. And then, I'm sorry, I just totally love that it's all this healing work is leading to the Four of Wands, right? And the Four of Wands is just, it's kind of like, it can be new ventures, it can be success, right? It can be you kind of refinding your passion and things like that. And also the Four of Wands can indicate like community and even like partnership or marriage. And I'm not saying you're getting married, but I do get the sense that, you know, with this healing that's coming up, and, you know, like, yeah, you might still feel a little bit down and out. Like, yeah, you might still feel some bits of sorrow, but I think you're going to be kind of pushing yourself past that and challenging yourself to get into your community, right? Like, start kind of working with others, making sure that you're seeing the light, right? Like, I think, I don't know, like, that's the message that I'm getting. Like, it's very I-like, and then just, like, you're going to see things in a different perspective. You're going to see the light. Like, you're going to, even when you are sad, you're also going to notice the good things. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like this, the whole like living in duality thing, right? Which I think, right? I mean, it's better than like seeing things as one way or the other, right? I mean, you know, the world is a gray area. So, but I think it's just kind of like you're gonna be living that. I'm not saying that you're gonna be this forever, right? Like this Five of Cups energy of like working on my healing, but I can still have some downtimes like that. That's just for your recent, right? Like recently upcoming future. But the beauty about that is that I think it is gonna lead you to community. It's gonna lead you to good times, right? And possibly, okay, I'm just gonna say it, but for some of you, possibly a relationship. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. And then here with the like Two of Cups over here as the overall energy, I'm also getting the message that the reason that it's reversed is not because, like, for some of you it could very well be like a breakup that's leading through all these things, or like a loss of something. But for some of you it's just that the Two of Cups energy is waiting to manifest for you, you know, particularly with this Magician. But like, you need to focus on your healing so that you can really welcome that energy in, because this energy is not truly going to come in if you're not ready for it, right? Because if you're in pain, if you're in despair, you know, like you can get the greatest energy presented to you, but you're just, you know, like, what I really want to say is like you're not going to be in the energy to receive it, but more specifically, right? Like, you know, it can lead you to not trust. It can lead you to push somebody away just because you're not ready. So, okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. Okay, let me see if I can get one more, and if not, I'm just gonna cut. Okay, I'm just gonna cut and pull. Hold on, give me a second. Okay. And I feel like, okay. I don't know, I felt like doing another one. Don't judge me. Okay, so self-care. I think I just want to, okay. Anyway, so self-care stuff that you can do. So we have play, eat green, try something new, and share your love. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna start over here because I think this one is just so aligned to the reading, in the sense of you know, with this feelings, you know, whatever sorrow that you've been going through, despair, like it might have been like isolating as well. Oh my gosh, sorry, yeah, because I never even talked about the Ten of Wands. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, the reason I like thought about it is because it's pretty related, and my, you see, spirit was just like, don't forget to talk about that. But sorry, I'm not saying. Anyway, okay, let me focus. What's wrong with me? I'm sorry. But share your love, okay? And with the Ten of Wands, what I'm really getting right next to this Four of Wands is that, hey, you do not have to take this burden all by yourself, right? Like, reach out to your community, make sure that you can like look at what's out there, right? Because I think a lot of times in Ten of Swords energy, we just get really caught up in our burden that we forget to reach out, or we don't even know that we can. So it's gonna say reach out. And then with this like share your love, I'm also getting this sense of reaching out, right? Like, nurture your relationship. So maybe it's really just about saying, hey, you know, I missed you. Hey, I hope you're well. You know, like maybe that's how you can start, right? By sharing your love and then just kind of letting the conversation flow and seeing what happens, right? So, you know, if you're having kind of trouble reaching out to people and things like that, it's like, hey, you know what? Like, just share your love, put your love out there and see kind of what happens. Like, reach out, okay? Like, try, and that, which brings me to this, try something new. So, yeah, you know, like maybe, you know, okay. So I'm just going to speak to this in what I wrote and with the card and things like that. And then, you know, in the form of self-care. But I think, so, okay, let me speak to this first and then I'll explain. Sorry, it's just like the thoughts are just circling in my head and I'm trying to like take them out one at a time. But, yeah, try something new, okay? Like whether it's visiting somewhere, whether it's trying a new food place, trying a new, I don't know, like a new snack, trying a new like style or trying a new, honestly, I don't even know why I'm getting like trying on a new TV show or something like that. I don't know, right? But like try something new, like just for the sake of trying something new, okay? Like I think just to kind of like help you shift your mindset, maybe give you different perspectives to help you explore different ideas. Like that's kind of the message that I'm getting here, that you need to get out of not that you need to ignore it, right? But like you do, I think you're being asked to get new perspectives on your sorrow and your despair, and that might be where your community comes in. Like maybe talking things out is going to help you process like your emotions as well. But that's kind of what I'm getting with that card, that like just trying new things to kind of encourage you to move forward, right? Like to get you in this Knight of Swords energy. And I'm not saying like do reckless things. Please do not do anything reckless. I'm saying like try little new things that are just gonna start helping you feel stronger and better able to like take on bigger challenges, right? Because like if you're taking on little challenges and learning about yourself and things like that, then you can, I don't know, like it boosts your self-esteem, right? So like that's the idea behind that. Eat green. Please know, like this is in no way meant to be like a shaming thing or anything. But yes, like I did mean eat green as in like eat your greens and your vegetables, just, you know, but also when I wrote this, I was also thinking about, you know, ways to strengthen your heart chakra. This green is associated with the heart chakra. So I do have things like kale, broccoli, even green tea, mint, peas, kiwi, celery, right? Like lime, put some, you know, like whatever it is that you can add on, right? Just, you know, make some limeade, make some tea, right? Like whatever it is, right? But yeah, like I do think that working on your heart chakra is going to help you. But once again, kind of open your perspective about this Two of Cups reverse, this Ten of Wands, this Five of Cups reverse. Sorry. Okay, I'm just going to say it, right? Like whatever pain you're coming from, whatever burdens you're feeling, whatever sorrow you're still experiencing to some extent, right? Like strengthening your heart chakra is really going to help you balance your ideas around that and kind of, I'm not saying, right, like I'm not saying like you're trying to get rid of the pain, but it's more about, you know, balancing and recognizing, okay, maybe what were the lessons learned, okay, like what's happening, okay, like sitting with your feelings and things like that, but like helping you process, right, like your emotions. And finally we have play, like do something creative, paint, dance, even if it's like organizing your drawers in a new creative way, I don't know, right? But if it could be something that sparks your creativity, like better, right? It's like something that really gives you a little bit of joy. It could be a coloring book. It could be like a project. It could be something, I don't know, like, yeah, you know, working on your, do people still do Pinterest? Remember Pinterest? But yeah, do something that makes you feel creative, okay? That gives you a little bit of joy, a little bit of spark, just to kind of help you. I'm not saying, right, repress your sorrow. I don't know why I feel the need to really like emphasize that like I'm not saying to repress or to not acknowledge and things like that. Like I feel the need to be very clear that feel your feelings, okay? Maybe you need a reminder to allow yourself to feel your feelings. Maybe that's a little bit of what this is. But I do think that being creative will also support that processing of emotion, okay? So eat green, do something creative, try something new. Maybe the new thing that you try can be doing something creative. Maybe you get a coloring book and you realize you hate it, but hey, you tried something new. And share your love, okay? Reach out to those you love and let them know how you feel and, you know, ask for their support. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it there, pile number one. I hope anything made sense. Let me know. Let me know if anything made sense or didn't make sense even. I feel like the beginning, it was really interesting energy. So, yeah, let me know if it makes sense. And I'd love to, yeah, like just hear your feedback. All right, take care. Go have fun. Go reach out to those you love, okay? Bye. Hi, pile number 2, or Mystic Merlinite pile. Welcome to your reading. I'm going to do one last quick shuffle, just to kind of make sure we're connected. And then we're getting straight into your reading. So I am doing a recent, past, present, and like recent, upcoming, future reading. Okay. Overall energy is 7 of coins. And I'm going to use the Wild Unknown Tarot to kind of clarify / just kind of get more insight into this card. So it's interesting because there's like this forward movement, right? But like coming right up, you do have the Chariot in reverse, which is saying, hey, like there's something that you've been working on or something that you've been doing that's kind of been at a standstill, maybe not progressing as fast as you'd like. And, you know, with the 7 of Pentacles here, like that's a similar message, right? That you've been working really hard on something. And, you know, with 7 of coins, sometimes because 7s can be challenging energy. Sometimes you get, you know, some impatience, some anxiety about whether things are going to work out. And sorry if that was really loud, but okay, let's clarify this. All right, so we do have Father of Pentacles. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to move these up a little bit, see if we can get like most of them in the shot. Okay, so we have Father of Pentacles. Sorry, clarifying. That's what it was. I was like, my tongue was already like at clarifying when I really should have just focused on Father. Anyway, that's. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, okay. I think you're moving a lot faster. Maybe like you're getting ahead of yourself. Okay. Like there's definitely some. Yep. Okay. That makes perfect sense. Thank you. Okay. Awesome. So yeah, you're definitely getting ahead of yourself on something. And we do have 2 of Swords reversed energy. So with this Ace of Coins here, like there's something that you've started. It might be like it could be a new job, because, you know, coins are pentacles and does, you know, the material realm and resources and things like that. So like maybe you started a new job, maybe you're thinking about starting a new career, maybe you started a new project, a new business. Like there is something that you are getting started with, that you're taking off the ground, and you're currently in this Queen of Wands energy, right? Charging forward, moving ahead, just trying to get things done. I mean, and I love the Queen of Wands. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, right? Like, you're very in charge and getting things done and moving forward with your passions, which is fantastic. But that is leading to this Seven of Pentacles energy, right? Which can bring along some conflict, some insecurity, some anxiety about, you know, how fast is this gonna grow? Like, how much is gonna happen here? And yeah. So like the Chariot reverse, I think it's really asking you to slow down. Just kind of slow down a little bit, okay? With this Two of Swords of energy over here, that's kind of what I'm getting, that it's like this whole two ways of being that you need to decide between, right? Because even the Chariot, right, like, is usually led by two beasts, two animals, two, I know these are like some type of fish or something, but I don't know. I know. But right, like the Chariot's always led by two some things, right? Because it indicates like the different venues and the opposition and things like that. So like you have choices to make about something, right? I think, and I really do think that it might just be about charging forward or slowing down. And with this, just with the current energy, like, I do get the sense that you're kind of being asked to slow down so that you can think of things more thoroughly, and maybe even more logically, because with this Ace of Coins being clarified by the Father of Pentacles, I am getting, right, that like you felt very sure about this in the past. Like, you are you know, very like, this is happening, like, this is what I'm meant to do, like, this is what I'm gonna do, like, getting in charge, like, what's the saying, like, dotting your I's and crossing your T's, taking care of business, moving forward, right? But with it being reversed, I'm almost getting like wondering if maybe you were too hasty, maybe you like you felt like you were in that energy, but you weren't quiet. Like, you know, there's a couple of T's you missed and a couple of I's you didn't dot or whatever. And sorry, I know I say that, but the point is that you know, with the Son of Pentacles being in your present energy, I do think it's kind of like, right, like you go from father to son. Oh, I wonder for some of you if it's like a, sorry, I was gonna say like a generational business, or like you inherited something from your father, or like a family store or something like that. I don't know. Sorry, for some of you that's I don't know. That's for, not for everybody. Okay, just and maybe like, yeah, but the point is that, right, like you're trying to make a decision as to how to move forward. I do think that you're being asked to slow down. I think kind of like I think you're being asked to kind of like reassess your okay, sorry, I can't think of the word, but like your process, the way that you're managing things. I'm getting like reassess like the resources, like make sure that you are paying attention to the resources that you actually have, okay? Like, what do you actually have in the material realm that is going to make this project, or whatever is starting, this new career or this business venture, like what do you actually have in the physical realm that's going to make this fruitful? Because passion alone is not gonna do it. I'm sorry, right? Like, it's great and you need it, right? Because you could have all the resources in the world and not move forward, but you know, passion alone, right, like it's not gonna build a business, right? Like, you need to make sure that you're looking at your resources, looking at what you have. And I do think that you're being asked to kind of take a step back to make sure that as you're like starting your journey, you're really taking care of the foundations, right? So even if you're like if you're starting like a business for yourself, right, it's really, I mean, I don't own a business, so You know, I don't know the details of that, but, you know, maybe talk to people that do, right? Like, look at what people are doing that has worked and what hasn't worked, and, you know, look for more advice and more tips and things like that, rather than thinking that you know it all, right? And just because you're so excited to move ahead. If you're starting like a new job, it might be about, I'm also getting like, rather than like charging forward and trying to like take care of everything in the office or the workplace or whatever, it's like take a step back and kind of see how other people are doing it, right? Because like you also don't want to, like, for example, like overwork yourself, right? Or work tirelessly to the point that you're feeling anxious and that you're feeling frustrated, right? Like with the 7 of coins here. So make sure that you are using your resources and setting them right? Because I'm getting that you're not really looking at what's out there and what you need to do to make sure that you set yourself up for success, okay? Now, it's really interesting with the Father of Swords here in your future, because I'm sorry, but I am getting, okay, I'm getting a couple of things. I am getting, be careful about who you talk to for some reason, okay? Be careful about who you share your ideas with. But I'm also getting this, like, make sure that you're listening, right? Maybe like when you're doing this research, when you're looking at the foundations that you need to set, when you're thinking about what you need to do to make your projects and your dreams happen, make sure that you're listening to advice, that you're actually taking notes, that you're actually taking a step back, right? Embracing this, like, reversed energy here of like, I'm taking a step back. I'm not charging forward quite yet. Am I ready? Do I have the passion? Do I have the energy? Yes. But I'm taking a step back and listening, right? Because the Father of Swords, like, they became more wise. Like, they had to learn, right? Like wisdom isn't, your people aren't born with wisdom, right? So like, okay, I'm really sorry, but I feel the need to say this. So there's like a saying, it's not an English saying, but I'm gonna translate it like as best as I can. But there's this saying about like, the devil knows more because he's old than because he's the devil. I don't know if that makes sense. Sorry, like, I don't know if that makes sense, right? But it's like that energy of like, wisdom comes from age. There you go. And so like with that, like what I'm really getting though, sorry, like because that saying came to my mind, is like, yeah, like you need to be wise. You need to be like, okay, paying attention. Like you need to be like a little like, I don't want to use the word conniving because it has a bad connotation, right? But like, make sure you keep your ears open. Make sure that you're asking the right questions and listening and paying attention, so that then you can charge forward and be in this like commanding, like Father of Swords, like wise and sharing your knowledge, moving forward with wisdom kind of energy, right? Because like right now in the present future, like, you're just not there yet, and that's okay. That's great. That's life, right? But if you really want to embody this, you know, like knows how to take care of business, like logistical, which brings me back, right, to like make sure that you can figure out, right? So because like you have like, you know, you have your resources, right? Make sure that you're paying attention to your resources. You have your passion. So then like you want to work on that wisdom as well, right? Like that tact, that being tactful about what you're doing, being logistical about your next steps, right? So you want to have a combination of those in order to really make whatever it is that you are working on fruitful, right? So that's a lot of work. So self-care, let's talk a little bit about self-care as you handle all of these things, okay? What do you need to do? Okay, sorry, I'm like struggling with this. Like sometimes they're just like boop, 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 and a lot of pop out, and then sometimes they just don't. I think I just haven't, well, that is way too many. I think I just haven't really learned how to work it yet, so Okay, let me do that. I think what I'm gonna do, just for the sake of not boring you, is, okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna cut and pull. Okay, I understand. Okay, I think this wanted to come out. Water. Okay. I'm gonna pull this out. Okay, so, okay, sorry. So, like, these two also flipped, and I wasn't gonna take them, but, like, okay, I'm just gonna take them, okay? Because they were just flipped. Okay, so, we have water. Do we have any other water here? Oh, yeah, just the Chariot, which is Cancer energy, I think. So, yeah. So that's the only real water energy here, right? But also, sorry. Okay, so sorry, because what I was thinking was like about embodying, and I was just thinking about like embodying like this Chariot energy is also, right, like part of the Swords. I do love it because I didn't notice earlier that all the elements are here, and it really is about true balance, because the Chariot is like Cancer and water, and you know, like there's like that more loving, understanding like aspect to it, right? But ultimately, right, like it is like a victorious, very powerful, charges forward, takes charge and does things card. So it's like this is reversed right now, but like it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen if you learn how to, like, you're gonna have a beautiful balance of like all the energies. Like you're gonna have the resources, you're gonna have the passion, you're gonna have like the intellect and the like love underneath everything. Sorry. Whoa, like I felt that. So yeah, like, you know, with this water thing, like I think it's a little bit about like, I think, okay, so my thing is like, okay, find a body of water, like take a shower or hydrate with intention, right? Like drinking a cup of water and, you know, like being like, okay, you know, like I'm satiated, like I'm healthy, like I'm flowing, like I'm cleansing, like whatever it is, right? But like do it with intention. Make sure that you're staying hydrated, okay? Like that's just like another thing, okay? Hydrate, okay? That's just a form of self-care, okay? And also, I'm getting like a minor message about like, don't forget to add feelings into all of this, right? Because like you're definitely a lot of thinking about resources, thinking about like the logisticals of whatever it is that you're trying to move forward, and really you're embodying that passion right now. But it's like, don't forget to add like your feelings, thinking about like, why do I want this? What is it that I actually want? And things like that. We also have find a mirror, tell yourself nice things, okay? So don't forget to like encourage yourself, okay? Like don't, you know, especially with this energy of, like I said, the Seven of Pentacles or the Seven of Coins can sometimes indicate like frustrations and maybe even feeling like, am I stuck? Like, did I do the wrong thing and things like that? And it's like, no, right? Like you're just kind of, just because you had to take like one step back, it doesn't mean that you're never charging forward again, right? Like you're gonna charge forward, you're gonna keep going. But for now, like maybe you're like on a hiatus or whatever you want to call it. So like still remind yourself of everything that you've done, okay? Remind yourself to tell yourself nice things. Like you are not, you still have a lot of victorious energy. You have like two fathers, which are like two king cards, right? You have, and you have the queen, and you have a page, a son of pentacles. So like you have a lot of strong energy here. So like remind yourself of that, okay? Like take moments throughout the day sorry, to like tell yourself something nice about what you're doing, okay? So even if it's like, oh, I had to take a step back and now I have to like learn about, you know, the foundations of this, or like, oh, learn how to like manage this thing where I work, like I have to like, you know, I should have known that by now or whatever. And it's kind of like, okay, cool, I learned something today, okay, I'm moving back up, right? Like just kind of, you know, like rather than, oh, I should have learned this 5 months ago, like, okay, I'm learning it now, let's move on. Like tell yourself something nice, okay? I do have eat orange here. Not just like the fruit orange, but like orange foods, orange stuffs. I did put like carrot, mango, orange peppers, right? Like orange citruses, like what's orange citruses? Like oranges and kumquats and mandarins and what else? You know, all those orange deliciousness things. Like sweet potatoes, it is like potato harvest season and squash and things like that. Pumpkin, right? Roast some pumpkin, like I don't know, right? So yeah, eat orange foods, okay? So when I did this, I was thinking about, so orange is for the sacral chakra, which the sacral chakra is about like creativity, and it also encompasses, so I want to say like, I don't know if sexuality, I mean, yes, because yeah, like sexuality and creativity, but I'm also thinking about it in the sense of like, right, like, so like with sparking your creativity, but like that includes like giving birth to things, like not just like humans, but you know, like giving birth to ideas, giving birth to projects. So whatever it is that you're trying to birth, whatever this little Ace of Pentacles seed that you're holding is, right, like you want to nurture it, you want to nourish it. So like you have to do that by nourishing yourself, right? So like eating orange is really going to help you embrace that energy. Maybe you want to look into like sacral chakra balancing and things like that, so that you can make sure that you're in this like good energy of like how to charge forward, so that you don't feel defeated, right? Like that you don't feel like, oh, I'm failing because I'm a failure. Like, no, right? Like, okay, I did something that didn't work out, but how can I keep moving forward, right? Which brings me to this one, which is remember that really bad, embarrassing thing you did. Isn't cool that you're not that person anymore. Sorry. But really what I meant with this was, just really thinking about, it's like that energy of how do I say this, like, you know, even just like with the like, okay, even if we focus on like that really bad thing you did, right? Like let's say that you'd made a lot of mistakes in this project that you're trying to do, but it's like, okay, you're learning from it, right? Like you're gonna move on, like you're going to understand this, and like you're going to make the changes that you need, right? Like rather than dwelling on it and being like, oh wow, like I'm a bad person, or sorry, I didn't mean to sound, that sounded very callous, but I just meant like I'm sorry, but like don't get caught up in that, right? Like don't get caught up in like, oh, I did a bad thing and now my business is failing, or I sucking at my job. It's like, okay, I did a bad thing, but this is what I'm doing to grow. Hey, it's cool. Remind yourself, right? Back when you're like telling yourself those nice things about yourselves, like, dang, like 2 months ago, I didn't know how to do this, and now I do, because look at that. I'm growing as a person. And ultimately, you know what, I understand. Okay, I'm not going to get into what I was thinking when I did this, because what I'm really getting right now is back to this Father of Swords energy with the I understand, is like focusing on what you understand from others. Like understand that you need to understand the advice and the knowledge that others are sharing, okay? So like be willing to listen, be willing to learn from others. So like not just from you, right? But like look at your resources, look at people that are doing the same thing that you're doing, and ask for their support, right? And that support can come in a variety of ways. So just like don't be afraid, okay? Because like ultimately, I'm just gonna say, like with this Chariot and the Father of Swords in your like upcoming energy, and just kind of overall, like I do feel like you're gonna be in this really, like success can be yours if you work on really like strengthening, right? Because if you strengthen yourself, then you're going to strengthen your project and things like that. And like this Chariot's going to turn around, right? And you're going to charge forward. This King of Swords is going to share his wisdom and kind of move on, like and take care of his like kingdom, right? So yeah, you got this, okay? Go go stay hydrated. Go visit a body of water if you want, and remind yourself how awesome you are while you eat a lot of orange things. All right. Thank you, pile number 2, or Mystic Merlinite pile. If anything resonated, please let me know. I'd appreciate any feedback in the form of a like or a comment, or however you want to reach out to me. Any feedback really just helps. So thank you so much, and good luck with your baby. Hi, pile number 3, or Serpentine pile. Welcome to your reading. Sorry if the shuffling was too loud. Just want to do one last shuffle before we get into the spread. So I am doing recent past, present, and like recent future. Oh, sorry. That's awesome. So you have Justice, the Hierophant, and the Star. Your overall energy is the 2 of Wands. Sorry, it's over here. It is the 2 of Wands reversed, which, sorry, with the reversal of the 2 of Wands, I'm getting that like you made a choice between something. Like you were able to decide between something. You were able to like unionize something. You were able to like take care of some sort of business matter. Nothing. It was business related. But you were able to take care of something, which ultimately, right? So I'm not getting the 2 of Wands in a bad way. I guess that's kind of what I was thinking, right? Because initially I was like, but like it does feel like a good thing that you did, that you were able to balance something, which is kind of where this Justice also comes in. And then you're currently in the Hierophant, which I'm getting this. Okay, I'm gonna ask for a clarifier, but ultimately you have the Star in your upcoming energy, which is just, sorry, I really want to say fucking amazing, but like I try not to curse, but sometimes it just slips out. I mean, not in life. Like in life, I curse like a sailor, but sorry, is that, oh my gosh, that's stupid. Anyway, like I curse a lot, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not trying to like be obscene here. So, okay, sorry, I'm just looking for clarifiers. Okay. 5 of Pentacles reversed, Mother of Cups, and the Lovers. Sorry, I don't know why I'm being so dramatic. Ouch. Okay, so we do have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. No, it makes perfect sense, actually. I'll say it. So the thing is, like, the Wheel of Fortune is reversed here, and I was like, oh, that doesn't seem like a good thing. But I actually do think, I mean, you know, obviously, like, it does embody, like, some misfortune, but I don't think that it's, like, in your future energy, you have the Lovers and the Star, okay? That's all I'm gonna say. So, I do think the Wheel of Fortune is turning, right? Because ultimately what goes down comes back up. And, you know, with this 5 of Pentacles and even the 2 of Wands reversal and things like that, I'm getting that, like, you are coming out of some misfortunes. You are coming out of some harsh energy. Some loss of resources. I'm not sure what it could be. Sorry. No, sorry. I'm not going to delve into that. Sorry. I'm not, because it's not that kind of reading. I'm just going to say, right, like the focus is to read present energy and then kind of get into self-care. So all I'm going to say for this is, let me see if I can get these in the shot, because, all right, I don't know, just because, I mean, does it matter? I don't know. You tell me. Tell me how much it matters. Like, I like to see the cards because I like to think, like, maybe you see any imagery that's pertinent to you that you can make sense of, that, you know, isn't going to have the same symbolism for me that it might for you. So that's why I like to have them in the shot. But anyway, like, with this 5 of Pentacles here, I am getting the sense that, you know, there might have been some actual, like, material losses. Like, you might have lost some money. You might have lost a home, like a car, like you might have lost, like there were physical, tangible things that you lost, right? Because of some reason. It could be related to this decision that you had to make. Like maybe like in order to move forward, you had to decide to do something, but then you lost other things, right? Like I'm not really getting too much into that. Sorry. Like I don't know, like it's funny because like, oh, okay, got it. There's something in the past kind of keeping you, that has a hold on you, okay? And I think you're really being asked to release that, all right? With this Five of Pentacles reversed here. I know there's like the past energy, but like I had like this weird focus of like wanting to go into the past, but I'm like, but I want to like get to the fun stuff because there's so much beautiful stuff over here. But I kept like focusing on the past and kind of wanting to dig deeper. And it's like, I'm getting the sense that there's something in your past that keeps like calling to you. Something that's like, I'm getting like trying to throw you off balance, maybe. Something like either somebody or something that is, whether intentionally or not, it's ultimately impeding your progress. And I think you're being asked to like really move on from that, right? Like, hey, like you were in this energy of like, you know, you kind of lost some stuff, especially with the reversal. It's like you're moving out of that, right? Like you are, you know, with this Mother of Cups and the Hierophant here in the present, like you are moving on stronger, right? It's like something worked out your way, like whether, I don't know how to say it, like, so maybe in the grand scope of, how do I say this? Maybe like in your immediate life, you felt like, hey, like that was misfortune. Like that was not good. Like that felt like something bad just happened to me. But I'm getting the sense that what happened to you, it was done in a way to like to balance something out, right? Whether it was like karma that you owed or karma that is being like taken from you because it's gonna come back to you like more so, right? Almost kind of like a test. And you know, I hate to say this, right, but like, sorry, it just like sounds, it sounds weird, but just like, okay, with all the amazing thing that, no, okay, no, I'm gonna stick to that because like you have amazing and it's coming, and it's almost like life put you through some other stuff and it was like, oh darn, we put this person through some hard times, but like things are gonna balance out, things are gonna be, you know, it's like, hey, you paid your dues, so let's move on, like let's get into this really good energy because you just have like amazing things coming your way. Okay, now I do get okay, so with this Hierophant here, there might be some of you who recently got married. Like that's a possibility. Either like recently married or recently, sorry, just like with the Hierophant and the Mother of Cups here, like maybe like you're growing your family or something like that. Like that's for some of you, right? Sorry, that was like a kind of side tangent that I got here. But overall, I do get the sense that, hey, like you've looked at all of these things that you've gone through, and you've been able to kind of use that to move forward. Like you're able to look back at your past, right? Like you're seeing this and you're looking at your past with like a different understanding. You're seeing all the light in the dark. Like you're using love to be able to move forward, right? Like I love how the wing is reaching out toward this down and out energy because I love this because I'm sorry, like I get the sense that it's like you're able to look back at everything that you've been through and you're kind of almost like there, which just really reminded me of like that whole like working with your inner child thing and like healing your inner child. And it's like you're taking care of yourself, like you're taking care of your needs, right? Like you're using love to like look back at everything that happened and then being able to like use that for yourself, right? Oh gosh, sorry, that's like awesome. Good for you, okay? Like, that's what we should all strive for. But yeah, right? Like, you know, the Mother of Cups is just nurturing, is caring. The Mother of Cups, like, moves forward with love, right? Like, you're able to understand, like, you know, the brightness in the dark. Like, you're able to understand, like, you know, like, there's still light there behind you, like, even despite everything that you've gone in, like, you're using that to move forward, which is ultimately like restructuring, like, your whole life, right? Like, it's changing the way that you live your life. Like, it's changing the way that you see the world, that you navigate the world, the way that you're presenting, right? Like, you're presenting in this, like, wonderful, like, goddess, like, leader energy. Just like with, particularly with this Hierophant here, and with this Mother of Cups here, right? Like, that's what I'm getting. Like, you're just presenting so strongly because, like, you really are using, like, that love of yourself to help you move forward and to help you, like, take care of your surroundings and, like, those around you, but, like, really yourself, right? And moving on from, like, whatever deep energy was affecting you. And ultimately, like, I'm sorry, I'm a little more cursy in this pile, and I really do apologize, but I can't, it's like, without the curse words, the thoughts aren't coming out. So I'm sorry, I'm just gonna have to curse a little bit in here. But it's like, for all the shit that life put you through, you have amazing things coming, right? It's like life is kind of saying, okay, like, yeah, we're like, we see how you handled that. We see that even when shit hit the fan, like, you were still being fair. We see that you're moving on with love. We see that you're showing up as strong. So, like, make a wish. Like, make a wish, homie. We got your back, right? Like, whatever it is that you're wishing for, like, the universe is supporting you right now, right? Like, the star is just, like, it's so full of hope. Like, there's hope for you. Like, there are bigger, brighter nights, like, coming, you know, to guide you. And I love this because it's like, at night it's bright, and in the day, like this really just feels like the sun kind of radiating. And so just like the way that this was set up, with the star looking up, like, you know, like the figure in the star looking up, and then, like, you have the lovers upstairs, like, up there. I don't know if love is what you've been asking for or what you've been thinking about. It could just be, you know, like, connection. It doesn't have to be like romantic love, but, you know, whatever it is that you've been wishing for, like, I do think it's coming. And for those of you that are wishing for love, like, I do think that the universe has your back right now. Like, and they aren't going to send you somebody that, like, that's gonna see how you treat yourself and double it, you know? Like, that's kind of what I'm getting. Like, you're gonna find a true partnership for some of you, just like with the lovers here, right? Like, it's what's coming, right? And if that's not what you're wishing for, like, you still have, you know, like, the lovers is also, like, I mean, it's a sixth energy, so it's like balance, right? It's about you being in balance with the universe, like, you really being in balance with yourself. So you just have, like, so many good things coming, like, for everything, all the shit that you've been through, whatever it was. It's like you're releasing it, you're moving on. And maybe you're not. Maybe that's what you're really kind of struggling with a little bit, especially thinking about the beginning, how I kept wanting to go back to this. But and still, like, there's something about this that I'm kind of like, but look at all this amazingness. And there's something about this that, like, my vision is just kind of not, I don't know what it is. But so whatever it is, though, like, you're being asked to stay in this energy. Like, stay in your nurturing energy. And maybe it's about looking back so that you can heal that or heal from that, right? Maybe you do need to, like, think about your inner child. Maybe you do need to think about supporting, like, how you can support your inner child, and look into, like, that kind of healing. Okay, sorry, I need to write something down, because I think when I was doing this, I, like, stopped, and then I remembered later, sorry, so see, you're helping me, because I remembered later, like, oh, I need to add an inner child card, like something about inner child stuff, and then I forgot to do it, and then I was, like, thinking, what did I, like, what was I gonna do, and then I forgot, and then right now when I'm telling you this, I was like, oh, that's what I forgot, and so, anyway, it's, thank you for reminding me. So I just had to write that down so that I didn't forget to add it for later. But anyway, so I'm not going to have a card for that, but definitely look into inner child healing, how to help your inner child. Although I am getting the sense that, like, you are embodying some of that already, right? Like, you do have a good start on that, you know, but maybe you can look into that a little bit more. Yeah. Sorry you had to you had to deal with my rants. But okay, let's get into the self-care part. But okay, is that too many? How many is that? Okay, that's 4. Let's take those. All right. So we have blanket burrito, white, eat white and violet, look for cute stuff, and share your love. Okay. All right. So, all right. Things that you can do for self-care. Okay. Remember to rest. Remember to take it easy sometimes. Remember, make sure that you're sleeping, okay? Like, maybe working on your sleeping habits. So I did intend, like, blanket burrito and more of this kind of light, like, hey, it's okay to take a nap. It's okay to, like, curl up in your blanket and stuff sometimes. But for some reason, I'm getting, make sure that you're resting well, okay? Now, make sure that you're also staying hydrated. Sorry, that was, like, the first thing that I saw here. Like, so yes, like, be mindful of your, like, hydrating habits. Be mindful of your resting habits. I think, like, for some reason that feels important here. Like, how are you doing with that? Like, I don't know. And if you're good with that, well, let's move on. So I do have eat white and violet. And I know it's, like, a little bit harder. But yeah, like, it could be like lavender, white tea, juniper, you know, maybe honestly, like, with the juniper, like, maybe even, like, have a drink, maybe have, like, maybe you need to go out for drinks or something. But when I wrote this, I was thinking about the crown chakra. So, which is, sorry, like, I love that because I do feel like you're just, like, in such a, like, good energy that it makes sense, right? Like, maybe you have already worked on, like, your root chakra, your sacral chakra, your, like, all of the lower chakras and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, like, you know, like, that's what you've been working on. Like, you've been working on yourself, like, you know, and if you've been working your way up, like you're just really, you're in a strong energy, right? And I'm not saying that you know, especially with this Wheel of Fortune reverse, it's, and you know, it's really that energy of, like, I do think that you're coming from a lot of discomfort or misfortune and you know, bad luck, maybe even, like, down and outedness, I don't know what to call it, but it's like, because of that, like, you're coming out so much stronger, right? And, like, having this new perspective and things like that. But yeah, and then we have look for cute stuff and share your love, okay? So, and I love this here because, you know, good things are coming your way, right? But make sure that you're putting a lot of love out there. Like, so maybe you're putting a lot of love into yourself and a lot of love into, like, taking care of your needs and things like that. But hey, you know, share your love with those that you were thinking about. You know, like, when was the last time, like, you know, you called your, like, you know, maybe, like, reach out to a friend you haven't spoken to, like, or call a friend that has been lost, or leave them a message, a voice memo, right? Like a little text, whatever it is, right? And it doesn't have to be a friend, you know, it could be family, it could be a parent, it could be, like, I don't know, right? Like, whoever it is that you're close to, like, reach out, send them something nice, send them something cute, you know, like, put your love out there as well. And, you know, the more love that you put out there, the more love you're gonna, like, be getting back as well. And then with the look for cute stuff, I think it's really just sometimes, you know, I'm sorry, with this little lamb here, you know, maybe look at pictures of cute little lambs, of little puppies, little kitties. I wrote Harvest Mouse in a Tulip. If you haven't seen that, go look at it. But for some reason, I'm also getting like, do you remember, this is from like a long time ago, but like the little piggy and wellies, like that was pretty adorable. Sorry, but yeah, you know, just look at cute stuff. I think just to kind of like remind you of the cuteness that is out there, right? To really get you. I do get like that you're, if you're not, like you're going to be, but I do think that you already are, like in in a very like loving energy. And as much love as you are having, I feel like you're gonna be so full of like self-love that you're gonna be able to like share that forward, and it's gonna bring it back to you, right? Like even more so, because like this Wheel of Fortune, like this Wheel of Fortune is turning, okay? Like good things are coming your way. Like you have it, the star is like the has your back, the universe has your back, like make that wish kind of energy. And the Lovers is just beautiful balance and things like that. So, you know, pile number 3, great things are coming your way. So share your love, make sure that you're eating well and drinking a lot of water, or staying hydrated at least, and resting, like getting some sleep, okay? And looking at cute stuff in the couple of minutes you have between here and there. All right. Thank you so much, pile number 3. If anything resonated, let me know. You can let me know in the form of a like or a comment. Any feedback really helps. And I would just appreciate hearing from you. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. Hi, pile number 4, and welcome to your reading. So I am going to do one last shuffle. I want to make sure that I'm connecting to your energy. And then we're going to go into recent past, present, and like recent future. Okay. All right. Your overall energy is the 9 of Coins, which is actually one of my favorite energies. So the 9 of, I'm gonna start there just because I love it so much. But with that 9 of Coins energy, it's really about, you know, you being in an energy where you are getting what you deserve, as far as like reaping the fruits of your labor, right? Like everything that you worked hard to plant, to nurture, to grow, like you get to harvest it now, right? Like you are able to take care of yourself. You're able to, like, you worked hard and you are getting what you, like, all that hard, like that, all that effort paid off, right? Like, so it's just like beautiful energy to be in. Now, interesting, because I'm definitely gonna ask for clarifiers and like more insight. I'm just, I don't know why I'm having I'm having trouble pulling a card from the Wild Unknown Tarot right now, but I am looking at the Hermit in your recent past, which tells me maybe you've been in an isolated energy, with this Queen of Swords in reverse and this 5 of Wands in your present energy. Almost wondering if maybe you got into some sort of argument. You know, if you did, I do get that you're going to be kind of coming out of that, but just with the reversal of the Queen, I'm getting the sense of like you maybe not wanting to deal with anybody's I'm just gonna say stupidity, sorry. So we do have the 5 of Cups reversed in your recent past. We have the Star. Oh, I love that. And we have the Tower in your upcoming future, and then we have the 7 of Wands as the overall energy. Okay, all right, well, let's get into this, because it's definitely yeah, it's definitely like heavy energy. A little bit convoluted, I'm gonna say. Like, I'm not, you know, like, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I intended to do the Petrified wood first, and then I had to kind of like redo the whole thing because I ended up doing it last because I just was kind of struggling with this, like kind of, you know, connecting and the energy I wasn't getting. So I'm getting the sense that if you chose this because of the petrified wood, there's some confusion in your life. There's probably some chaos still. But ultimately, I do get like ultimate success, right? Like ultimate feeling good, like ultimate good feelings, even though there is some conflicting energy. And I think that's kind of the thing about it. I get the sense that you're living in this duality, right? Like the duality of like the star and the tower, like the nine of coins and the hermit, and then you have the five of wands and seven of wands, which are very challenging energy. So okay, let's get into what that means, right? So with the hermit and the five of cups in your recent past, I'm definitely seeing you taking some time to yourself to process some emotions, right? Or maybe I mean, I'm getting the sense that there might still be some emotions left for you to process, but that's okay, right? Like not everything needs to be understood right away, right? Like I do get the sense that you're gonna have to like keep doing whatever work that it is that you're doing, right? But I do get that like you had to detach from people. Like you've been working on yourself, you've been working on being like your best you and being in this nine of coins energy. Your isolation has helped you process some of that emotion and that pain that you've been feeling, because the five of cups is you know, it's really energy of despair. Sorry, you know, like I'm getting like, why the long face? I know that's kind of like the point, right? But just, yeah, long face. Now, you know, what I do like about this though is that usually in five of cups imagery, most artists do depict it because in traditional imagery you have like three cups spilled over and two cups standing up, but here like all of the cups are right in a similar position, at least as far as like they're all standing upright, and this this horse, it's a horse, I know a horse I know some animals okay but like this horse is still feeling down and out, right? But with this, sorry, like with this, like the cups being upright and like no spillage and things like that, I am getting that, how do I say this, like not all is lost kind of thing. Like yes, maybe you were feeling bad, like you were feeling like not okay, but like you're realizing that, you know, like whatever happened, not that it wasn't bad, obviously, right? Because five of cups of energy is still sorrow. It's still, you know, like just that despair even. But I think like you're understanding that your cups are not empty, that you can refill them again, right? Like that you're gonna be able to like have those cups filled like eventually, right? I'm not saying that everything has to happen right now, but like you are gonna take care of your emotions, right? Like your feelings will be replenished, if that makes sense, right? And with the star energy here, clarifying like the Queen of Swords, I'm getting the sense that of that fulfillment, right? Like that hope for you, like that hope that you're gonna feel good again, that hope that your cups will once again be filled, that you will have love to share, that you will be full of like happy feelings again, right? Like the star really, you know, it really is hope, right? So I think like in the moment you need to be thinking about what you want, and honestly, like I'm gonna say like go for it, right? Like ask for what you want, make sure that you're praying, make sure that you're like thinking about how you want to move forward, because I'm getting like that the universe has your back right now. And you need to use that wisely, right? Now back to the more conflicting energy. You know, with the Queen of Swords reversed in your present energy, I'm definitely getting some apprehension, some lack of like communication, some not showing up as strong as you actually are, right? Like that's kind of what I'm getting. So yeah, sorry, like something that just came up is like, I don't remember if it was in these readings, but I remember the Queen of Swords coming up in one reading, and I remember the Star coming up in a reading, and that just came to mind because if something else, like if any other pile called your name, maybe look for messages in one of the other piles, okay? Sorry, I'm just gonna throw that out there because I'm really heavily getting that, just kind of because some of the repeating cards. But yeah, right, like you can be in this very strong energy, but you're not showing up. And I am getting that like you have some outside conflict, right, like coming at you. Like I do think like there might be some like fighting that's going on. There might be some challenges. It could be like people posting challenges for you. I don't know if it's friends or co-workers, or like I am getting like how do I say this? Like I don't think like you're fighting with someone. I don't think it's romantic, right? I do think like it's just kind of like some social struggles, right? Like maybe you're just not getting along with your coworkers. Maybe like you're really struggling with your managers or your like whoever or your HR like whatever, right? But like I'm getting like you really feeling, I don't know, like yeah, just kind of like you're in this challenging energy, because you have the Seven of Wands here as well, which is like another challenging energy, another energy of, you know, feeling like you have to be ready to fight, feeling like you have to be ready to go. Now I do think that you're being asked to be careful, but I do think that you're being asked to stand your ground, okay? So like whatever outside stuff is coming at you, it's like don't allow yourself to be trampled over, right? Like it's not like you know, don't it's not like you're just going to take it, right? Like you're not just going to let people do whatever they want. And, you know, we do have the Mother of Swords back there too, which to me indicates like, hey, oh, sorry, I love this. Sorry. Oh, sorry, I just realized this. So we have the Mother of Swords back here, like right under the Seven of Wands. And the Mother of Swords is the equivalent of the Queen of Swords here. Sorry, so I said I love this because it's like, hey, look at that. Like, you are going to be in your power again. If you are a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, sorry, take this extra, okay? Sorry, I'm just going to say that because I think so. Because, like, it's just like that air energy, okay? I'm sorry. But yeah. And then like, is this showing up twice, right? Like and this time showing up upright, like showing up with more wisdom. Yeah, sorry. And then back here you have the Ten of Pentacles, which the Ten of Pentacles is ultimately like, it's like the ultimate fulfillment. Like to me, like that's like the card, right? Like you got everything. Like you got your material stuff, you got your family, you got like you know, you got your, like you're leaving legacies, you're leaving like, you know, you're establishing your generational wealth, you're establishing, I don't know, like I mean, I think it's like cool energy. It can be different for you, but I think it's good times to come in, okay? And I love this because it means like you being in your power, like back eventually after all of these struggles, okay? So with the Seven of Wands though, I am getting like stand your ground, but be wise about it, okay? Like make sure that you're not being, not only like not allowing yourself to get like trampled on, but also like don't be manipulative back, right? Like don't be like, make sure that you're playing your cards right. And sometimes playing your cards right like feels disgusting. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Like I don't know how many times I've had to talk to like people above me, then I just have to like, like just be this person, this version of me that I hate. But, you know, I mean, I don't know if it helps in the end, but all I'm saying is, you know, be tactful, be logical in your approach. Not that your authentic self isn't amazing, but sometimes when you're dealing with people in positions of power, like they can use like random things against you, and they can just, you know, they can do you how they like and things like that. So just kind of like be careful about how you're showing up. Be careful about like don't allow yourself to get yeah, like get taken advantage of, but also like be really careful about how you're presenting as far as you know. So like what I'm really getting is that, so that whoever has this power over you doesn't have anything to throw anything to throw. Oh my goodness, what's wrong with me? So that this person, whoever's in trouble, doesn't have anything to throw back at you. That was just a lot of tease. Sorry. But yeah, so like that they don't have something to like blame you for, or say, oh, we're like, look at that, or like look at their, you know, unprofessionalism and like blah blah blah. I don't know how many times I've been called unprofessional for asking questions, you know. So like, you know, anyway, I'm not saying don't ask questions. Sorry, you didn't need to hear that, but I just meant like, yeah, I feel you. Like having to negotiate who you are, like, isn't always the best, but just kind of be tactful, be mindful. So I've been avoiding the tower. But I think it's calling at me. And you know what? I think that's why, like, all those T's, like, I don't know, you can blame it on my accent or whatever, but like, I think all those T's just kind of kept because it was like, tower, like, talk about me. Okay, so yeah, honestly, you know, the tower can be scary. And this is really hard because I don't want to undermine the hardships that you might be going through, or that you might feel like you'll be going through. But I do get the sense that there's a part of your life that is being, I mean, like, you know, that is being burnt down, that is being destroyed, that is gonna be like gotten rid of. But it doesn't have to be. I'm gonna like preface everything with like, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. I think it's ultimately gonna be for your greater good, right? Like, especially with the star here having your back, what I'm really getting is the reminder that, like, yeah, like you might have to go through a tower moment, or you might be currently going through a tower moment, and your world might be shifted, your responsibilities might be shifted, your day-to-day might be shifted, your educational plans might be shifted, right? Like your home life, your family, like, I don't know, like something, there might be a shift in something. You're gonna like have a different understanding about whatever it is that you're working in, and it's gonna shake you up, right? It's going to like destroy a part of you, but ultimately, like, the universe is doing it because it has your back, like, not to hurt you, right? Like, ultimately, like, you're gonna come out of this able to rebuild in whatever way you like, right? Like, it's about like destroying old value systems. It's about destroying, you know, in this case, right? Like, hey, you know, it's gonna allow for new growth in this tree. um Sorry, that that hurts. And you know what? And that really brings me to, you know, I think, you know, there's times when you can, you know, say like, hey, you know, it's a tower moment, but like, think about this as an opportunity for change, or hey, you get to do something new, or hey, like, new beginnings, la la la, you know, like, and yes, of course, absolutely, like, yes, 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 but that doesn't take away that while you're going through the difficulties, like, you might be feeling like harshly, right? That you might be really feeling defeated, that you might be really feeling exhausted, that you might be really feeling in need of some self-care. So I'm gonna get to the self-care deck. I'm gonna just kind of let the messages flow. Oh wow, okay. Sorry, so these two already popped up. I think I'm probably gonna get like I feel the need to get one for each card, okay? Okay. Sorry, I prefer when they like pop up, but okay. And okay, got another one. And let me see. No, that's way too many. Okay. I'm gonna take that one. And how many do we have? 5. Okay. Sorry. I feel that, okay, I don't know why. Maybe 6 means something. I don't know. I feel the need to do 6. Okay. I don't know why. I do. Like, that was like the number. Because I was like, I want to do one for each card. So I'm just going to see if anything else pops up. But I am going to say, what am I seeing? Oh, sorry. This one fell over here. What am I seeing? Okay, inner child healing. Sorry, that's funny. Okay, I just got that from the last pile because I had forgotten to add that, so I haven't added like as much detail, but I wanted to add it before I forgot. So that's funny. Maybe there's messages for you in the last pile. Because I do believe I said like there might be messages for you in another pile, so maybe it's pile number 3. I'm just gonna throw that out there for some of you. So inner child healing. Definitely make sure that you're like taking care of your needs, right? Like make sure that, you know, as you're feeling sad, like allowing yourself to be sad, make sure that you are, you know, like, hey, like if you saw little you crying, like what would you say to that kid? You know, what would you say to them? How would you take care of them? You know, look into like more stuff like that. I know like that's like really hard like to do. That's like a big one. And I'm kind of like, it popped up and I didn't have like little, because I'm trying to do like little break down the steps, you know, to make it more accessible, because like I know some of the stuff is like more hard, more difficult to do than others. But you know, when you're ready for that, looking into like healing your inner child might be a thing. I don't think that's like an imminent thing. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like there are other little or smaller things that you can do, but eventually I do think that that might help you. Just kind of process grief, process emotion as you're going through changes. You know, like I said, I do think like the universe does have your back ultimately. And yeah, you know, and with this trust yourself and trust the universe, it's really that reminder, right? So I intended this to be 0, like for the Fool, right? Like new beginnings, right? Like the Tower is going to allow you for those new beginnings. So trust that the universe, you know, trust that you can make a wish right now. Trust that you can think about what you want and that the universe has your back to make it happen. And trust yourself that you know how to make it happen, right? So definitely yeah, like think about what you have, think about what you've learned, think about what you've been able to like do for yourself, and like how you can move forward, and ultimately like trust that you're gonna get over this tower moment, right? Like these difficulties in your life, like remember that they're not permanent, and that like full new beginnings, you get to start over, right? And yeah, you know, I do have little things. Sorry, I'm going to focus on the little things. Little things. Find a mirror, okay? Tell yourself nice things, okay? Like that's a little thing that you can do for yourself, okay? So even when you're in the middle of, especially when you're in the middle of going through hard things, like remind yourself of like, oh, hey, like you did this. Like, hey, like you took a shower, you know, and I know that I don't want to sound like I'm minimizing or like, oh, you know, like, yeah, you took a shower in like a bad way, but like really, honestly, like if you haven't had one of those days, like when you just can't get up and can't even shower, and like, you know, like then then this is not your pile. Because I think this is the pile of somebody like that would understand, right? That like sometimes taking a shower takes all the energy that you can, and is like, hey, take a moment to say, hey, you know what, like I did this, hey, like I fed myself, hey, like I whatever, you know, like because sometimes like those are like, you know, those days happen. So like don't forget to like remind yourself for the little things and remind yourself for the big things, you know, like when you're going through transformation, it's like, oh shit, like I'm still here, like I'm surviving this, like, you know what, yeah, like things are hard, but like I'm gonna make it through, and like trust yourself that you are, you know. So please tell yourself a lot of nice things about whatever it is, right? Maybe you can start with, you know, like, what do you like about, do you like your eyes, do you like your hair, do you like your, I don't know, right? Like, not to make it all like physical, right? But I'm saying, like, obviously, like, there are deeper values and things like that, right? But like, if you want, you can start in that sense, right? Like, different people start in different ways. um I also have, and I'm actually gonna like read these jointly, but it's like, check yourself and remember that really bad thing you did. You know, so the energy is really about like learning from the past, like learning from, you know, learning from the things that have happened, like, and moving on from that, right? So with the check yourself, like, really my question is like, hey, like, what did you learn from it? Okay. What were you able to get, like, from this past hurt, maybe, right? Or as you're going through your, you know, if you're going through difficulties right now, like that tower moment, like, okay, what are you able to learn from this? Like, what can you figure out for the future, right? Like, what are some of the mishaps that you are maybe going through right now that you can try to make a note of so that it doesn't repeat again later, right? And then ultimately, like, so that you can be, you're gonna be, like, if you do that, you're gonna be in that energy of like, you know what, I'm growing, right? Like, because you're ultimately the tower, yeah, you're like refinding yourself, rebuilding yourself, right? So you're not gonna be like whoever you were before, right? I'm not reading too much into the past, but you know, like all these conflicts, all of this pain from before, like you're moving on from that, right? Like you're gonna be in this Nine of Pentacles energy. Like the universe has your back, like, and you know, one of the things that I do like about the Nine of Cups is, or not a cups, Nine of Coins, sorry, or the Nine of Pentacles, is that it's kind of like the first phase of like a cycle. You know what I mean? So like it's in the, like, what do you call them, right? Like it's the nine, right? Like after like the struggles of, after the struggles of, you know, like the Four of Pentacles or the Five of Pentacles, like after that energy, right? After the Seven of Pentacles of like, you know, working really hard and not getting the results, and then like working really hard and maybe even overworking, is like, okay, finally I get to like get my, like get the results of what I worked so hard for, right? But it's like, wait, there's more, right? It's like, it's only like part one, right? It's only like part one of you refining yourself, right? Because like eventually you're gonna keep going through the cycle, and then you're gonna be the King of Coins. You're gonna be the Empress, the Emperor, right? Like, or the Queen of Coins, like, you know, but like, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna keep going up, right? So it's almost like, not to scare you, right? But it's, but that's what I love about it, right? Because it's just kind of like this, keep going, right? Because like, as long as you keep working on yourself, like things are gonna come back to you. And I do really, really, you know, with this star and your present energy, I am getting that, you know, the universe is trying to support you, but you're being asked to communicate. Like, communicate what you need. It might be reaching out to people, right? Like staying away from people that are trying to bring you down. Yeah, make sure that you are mindful about how you're communicating, mindful about the contact, right? Like, don't let people bring you down, defend yourself, but also like do so with tact, okay? But yeah, and also talk to yourself nicely, okay? Remind yourself of how amazing you are, okay? Really focus on what you're learning, right? Get a journal. Like, get a journal to help you process, like, the day-to-day, like, hardships that you might be facing, okay? All right. I'm going to leave it there. Oh, goodness. This went on way longer than I thought. I'm so sorry, pile number 4. Wow. Whoa. I think I just got so caught up. Wow. Okay. I'm sorry, pile number 4. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, like good luck. Like you got this. Remember that you're gonna come out stronger. Okay, so like whatever, just remember to take care of yourself. Okay. Um, Thank you, pile number 4. If anything makes sense, please feel free to let me know. You can, leave a like or a comment if you'd like. It would be really helpful. But yeah, thank you and good luck. All right, you got this.